Well, hello, this is Rochelle, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing with a homemade jelly plate, some Americana Deco Art paints, acrylic paints, using a brayer and some offcuts of paper and a brush. Now I know that there are various other ways to do this, but I haven't experimented a lot, so I'm literally just going with the flow, feeling it out. And you get to watch the process as I experiment. So there are lots of videos on how to use the jelly print, and this is a really small one. You'll see it's really, really small. And they work really well with stencils. And it's supposed to leave negative prints and positive prints and all kinds of prints with your brayer and both sides and things like that. So I'm just using third and second generation and all kinds of prints using these two colors and not cleaning my brush in between, nothing like that, or cleaning the jelly plate in between, just layering it and seeing what comes out on the other side. So I grabbed the sleeve stencil and putting that on, and grabbing two tags and or labels and putting those on and getting the negative white impression of the tags. I'm sure if you do that with printing first and then leaving the tags and then doing a second generation print, that would look really great too, and I'm going to still try all of those things. Can't wait to. And you'll see that these jelly plates are almost like self-cleaning. Obviously you're printing on the paper with whatever's on the jelly plate, and I am going to show you how easy it is to clean these as well. Literally just take a baby wipe and I wipe it around this jelly wipe mold, or just jelly mold, and that's it. There's nothing extra to it. Still not cleaning my brush. Grabbing some different colors, a little pink to see if that goes or does anything different. Still using the same stencil. I will clean the stencil afterwards with slightly lukewarm water and some soap, and it just peels right off, so that's great. The reason why the stencil does have some black on it is because I used gesso, and gesso does not work as well on stencils. They tend to not want to come off. So there you'll see I used the stencil and then peeled it off, and then used it again to see if I can get some extra color or a different type of print. This time I'm going onto my jelly plate directly with the brayer. It didn't work as well because the paint on the brayer was too little and had already gone dry, so yeah. That didn't work. Then yeah, I'm going to experiment with using my fingers instead of the brayer also just now, and seeing if I get some different results. I find that I like the prints with the brush a bit more than I do the prints with the brayer. Applying the paint, I mean. So yeah. And there you'll see lots of different kinds of flowers, and I'm happy with how I played and what it played out. And what I'm going to be doing is showing you how I use whatever prints I did now in my Bible journaling. Like I said, pretty much everything just wiped up with a wipe. I'm working on non-stick surfaces, and so all good. So I cut out some of those leaf shapes, some of the negative ones, some of the first impression ones, and I cut them out in these leaf shapes. And I'm working again in Psalms 1. I have done a video in my Psalter, couldn't get the word there for a minute. And this pretty much uses the same scripture reference that we are like people planted by the river of living water or flowing water, and our leaves never wither, and whatever we touch prosper. And isn't that a grand thing when we walk with the Lord? That is the promise over our lives. And I speak more about that in the video on Psalms 1 in my playlists, and I'll insert an I or link it down below at the description so that you can watch that video in detail. But this was just really to play around and see how I can use jelly printing in my Bible for the first time. So I've just cut out all of those leaves and I have clustered them at the top and the bottom. I've also cut out the labels with a little bit of the beautiful colored prints that was around it, so it had like a little label. And then, just like I said, adding the tab. I cut out these tabs also from that jelly printed pages, the ones without the leaves, and just off-cutting that little bit of label that went over, and then inserting just one more leaf because I couldn't get enough. I need to understand when enough is enough, but still learning. Really love this mermaid, I think it's mermaid tail they call it, by Deco Art Americana, and Fabric-Cell has a matching teal color in that same hue, so I just used that in my labels and printed out or wrote out some of the verse that I had used as a reference for this page. I believe it's verse 3 of Psalm 1. Inking up my date stamp with that Fabric-Cell marker. It's a brush marker. Then taking some gelatos, scribbling that onto a non-stick craft mat and adding some splatters with the ninja finger. And then I'm going to be calling that a page pretty much, and still have lots of prints and things that like that to use. I'm using that same marker just to outline some, sorry, this is the navy blue or indentrine blue, just to outline some of the leaves to give them a bit of dimension and something extra, and using my white jelly pen to write planted on the top there. And there you can see the final picture, and I'm quite happy with it. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.